Hey guys, so I wanted to do the next video. As I'd promised, I'm going to do this video on posting. Posting is how we grow our businesses, it's how we market, it's how we find customers. You know, it is really, really, really important. You are not going to have customers crawling out of the woodwork coming up to you running with money in hand saying, "Yay, I'm so excited you started selling this. I've been wanting to try it and I just couldn't find a distributor to buy from. Here, take my money, take my money." It's not the way it works. There are people that will be so excited about these products, but the only way they are going to hear about them is if you start posting about them and if you start showing them before and afters. And some people are going to jump on it right away. Other people are going to need to watch. So that is why posting and posting consistently are two of the most important things you can do for growing your business. So how do we post? Because obviously, you can throw before and after, before and after, and before and after up all day. But one that's kind of spammy and, it doesn't really tell anybody about you, which is why they're following you. And, it just kind of, if they're not ready yet, it may just come off a little too strong. And like you're just trying to sell something, not trying to build a relationship with them. So, one of the things that we always say is to follow the 3-3 rule. Jade Hooper invented it, and there's a reason why we push it. It's because it's what works. So my guidelines for posting, on Instagram especially, post 3 before and afters a day. And in between each of those before and afters, post at least 3, if not 4, filler posts. And with Instagram, the reason why this is so important is because when people look at your account, they can see all of your last 12 posts in one window. Can't really see it. Hold on, let me turn down my window a little bit so you guys can get a better image of this. So, if you look at my Instagram, for example, I have a before and after here, and here, and here. My before and afters are not touching. Note how my before and afters are not touching. And the reason why I do this is because just like they are about more than just their goal, I am about more than just my products. So I want to build a relationship with them. I want to build some rapport with them. I want them to know that I'm not just trying to sell them something. I'm trying to build a relationship with them. And I want them to know about me. Because the stuff that I post about, is stuff that means something to me. And it's stuff that they might be able to relate to and might be able to inspire them or help them get to know me. So, I'll post things. I'll post my before and afters a day, but in between, I'll post pictures of my daughter. And I'll post things like when I made mac and cheese the other night. Because who doesn't love mac and cheese? And, on Facebook, I threw in something about fat fighters. So, great way to sneak in subliminal product advertising without it coming off like an ad. But, then I'll also do things like quotes, like, "Life is your mirror. What you see on the inside is what you will see on the outside." Stuff like that. It inspires people. It sends people a message. It gives them a little clue into, what I think and how I feel and stuff. It gives them something to relate to, which helps me build a relationship and that rapport. And another thing that's really important with Instagram is the description. So, in mine, I don't know if you guys can even read this, it talks about how I'm a Bostonian, I'm a married stay-at-home mom of 1, I'm, getting healthy and trying to conceive and Chasing Your Dreams and Adventures of Ariel and Baby Spam, Foodie, Mom Life, Dreamer. You know, it just gives people an idea of what I'm about and what I'm going to be posting about. And, you know, the reason why I don't post about ItWorks in my description is because that's not why they're going to follow me. I mean, I will be able to help them and they'll be interested when they see my posts, but they are not going to follow me just so they can see my advertisements. And so, you know, I like to keep it personal, and keeping it personal is what's going to set you apart from the other distributors, because a lot of other teams don't teach their people to do this. And it's sad because it gives us a bad rep. That's why you see so many profiles that say no wraps, because they're tired of their entire newsfeed being wrap after wrap after wrap after wrap after wrap. Like a never-ending infomercial. Like one of those Beachbody commercials that comes on like 3 o'clock in the morning and just goes on and on and on and on. You're like, okay, I get the point. Well, exactly. You don't want to just post before and after, before and after, before and after. You want to vary it. You want to vary the products you're advertising about. You want to vary, you know, how often you're posting about it. You want to make sure that your account isn't looking spammy, because that will turn people off. It won't help you build rapport. It doesn't tell them anything about you except that you're trying to sell them something. So why are they going to want to follow you? And, you know, it, you know, just makes you seem like a sharky salesperson, which nobody ever appreciates. And makes your account look like an infomercial. Don't be an infomercial. So, that's why we follow the 3-3 rule. Sorry, I went on a little rant right there. So 3 before and afters a day. And especially on Instagram, but try to, you know, if it's like life posts, or like really good quotes, like try and share that to your Facebook as well. Especially if it's pictures of your kids, because everyone always loves seeing pictures of kids. Like, my most popular photos are pictures of my daughter. Everyone loves cute kids, so share them. And, you know, so 3 before and afters a day, and 3 life posts a day. And life posts can be anything from talking about what a good day I had, you know, getting to spend time with my daughter, and, you know, how lucky I am to be able to stay home with her. Or another life post I did earlier was I talked about, you know, some of the reasons that I was nervous and I was insecure about joining the business, and, you know, talking about how, you know, these are the things that held me back. What held you back, or what's holding you back? Like, what are you scared about? Because, you know, it opens up about myself, and it talks about my feelings about things and why I might be nervous. And so, you know, it kind of gives people something to relate to. Like, oh, you know, that's how I'm feeling. So, you know, maybe she gets it. That sort of thing. So that can be a life post. And I, you know, used a quote for my photo for Instagram. It says, "Nothing holds you back more than your own insecurities." And that kind of inspired my life post. Or, you know, I will talk about, you know, just having fun. Talk about my goals. Talk about, you know, I posted a picture of the income chart and said, you know, this is where I'm at, because right now, like, I'm charted for Emerald. So, and, you know, I am so close to, you know, making what I made as a full-time administrative assistant, as a warehouse secretary. And, you know, but I had pushed that aside and ended up being in the red $300 every month trying to build a real estate career. And then, you know, but I realized I couldn't stay home with my daughter and work from home and build a real estate career. And so how I, you know, pushed my fears aside and I took the plunge. And, you know, when I go diamond next month, I'll be making as much as I did working full-time at my desk job. And I talk about how that was the highest paying job I ever had, just to give people an idea of, you know, what that'll mean for me. And then I go on to talk about, how, come Christmas, I'll be making 3 times that and almost as much as my husband does as a store manager, which is crazy. Like, when I go double diamond, I'm going to be making like $72,000 a year. My husband, once he gets his own store with CVS, will be making 65. Like, I'm used to making in the 20s. Like, I can't even fathom making anything above 50, let alone 72. Like, that will be life-changing for me. That'll be life-changing for our relationship. Like, just going diamond alone will mean a lot for our family. So, talk about your goals. I talk about my daughter all the time because she's my why. I talk about, what this business is allowing us to do, like possibly buying a house in 2, maybe 3 months. Like, I thought we were like 6 months out, and come to find out, because my husband was in the National Guard for years, we qualify for a VA loan, so it's going to be a lot sooner than anticipated. But I'm going to need the monthly income, and because of ItWorks, I'm going to have that. I'm not going to have to wait to, build up a down payment. And I'm not going to have to get a job outside of my home away from my daughter in order to make an income substantial enough to support a mortgage. So, that's really exciting. And so I talk about these things and I use it to build rapport and to give things people can aspire to and relate to and be like, you know what, I want that too. Like, I want to be able to pay off my college loans. I want to be able to pay off my medical bills. I want to, be able to buy groceries. I want to be able to not worry that my card's going to, decline when I go to buy gas or buy groceries. Like, we've all been there, and it is terrible, and it's embarrassing, and it's like the worst feeling ever. Especially when you're trying to support a family and you have kids. So, talk about that stuff. Don't be afraid to open up and get personal, because getting personal is what is going to help you build relationships. It's what's going to have to, make people want to get to know you and believe you and trust you and, be excited to watch your journey. Like, that's why they're going to follow you. It's not because you're selling ItWorks. It's because of you. So talk about you and post the ItWorks photos 3 times a day, morning, noon, and night. And the rest of the time, talk about things that are important to you. Talk about food, fashion, take selfies, take pictures of your kids, take pictures of your dog, take pictures of, the banana you had for breakfast. Like, I don't care what you're taking pictures of. Just post about things that matter to you and are important in your life. Those are life posts. Those are the things that help you build relationships. Those are the things that people are going to follow you for, are those life posts and those filler posts. So post about them. That way people continue following you and continue watching you. And, even if they're not ready right away, they will be ready eventually. Even if they say no right away. Doesn't matter. Eventually, they will be ready. And if you've built a relationship with them, they're going to go to you before they go to anyone else, just because they trust you. And that's what makes the difference, because we're not here to sell. We're here to build relationships, and we're here to help people. So keep that thought in the back of your mind. You're not here to just sell. You want to get to know them. You want to build a relationship with them. You want to help them. That is your motive. It's not sales. It's helping and changing lives, because the minute that you get that text from someone saying, guess what, I dropped 20 pounds in a month and a half, like, seriously, your whole freaking week is made. It doesn't matter what anybody else says to you. You know that you help someone get results like that. And that feels so good, because coming from someone who's struggled with losing weight since I pretty much got to college and my metabolism slowed way down, getting results like that is huge and unheard of and, just amazing and life-changing. So we are here to change lives. Remember that and use that feeling to, make sure it's reflected in your life posts. Make sure that you're talking, when you're talking to people, make sure that you're posting about it. So, That's posting 101. 3 before and afters a day and 3 life posts. So I hope that helps. Bye!